Okay, so we're going to look at creating environments for physical activity and movement. So on this one, it's a carousel activity, and there's going to be 4 posters posted around the room at the training site. So they're all numbered with the title. So 1 is class size, number 2 is scheduled activity, number 3 is equipment, and number 4 is active participation of every child. And then underneath the heading, there's 3 questions. Question number 1 is, why is this topic important? Number 2 is, what are the barriers or challenges a center might face? And number 3 is, what are the solutions to these challenges? So that's a part where the group can brainstorm some ideas as a resolution. So there are a few key concepts of movement environments to consider when designing a setting for moving. These are included on a handout that's in the participant folder. It's called Key Components of Movement Environments, and at this time you can ask the participants to take this handout out of their folder. So there are a few key components. There are allowance for repetition and success, class size, play, scheduled activity, participation of every child, facilities, equipment, and integration of movement into other subject areas. Thinking about these key components will help you to decide what type of environment might suit a particular activity, your children, and your center. Around the room, you'll see the following key components listed: class size, scheduled activity, equipment, and active participation of every child. After I divide you into groups, find your poster and answer the following question. Number 1, why is this topic important? Number 2, what are the barriers, challenges a center might face? And number 3, what are the solutions to these challenges? For example, we're going to look at play. So why is this topic important? So opportunities to practice movement, creativity and imagination, positive movement experience, and play and exploration. So what are the barriers or challenges a center might face? So my director believes that children should only have free play. She believes the children will learn all of the fundamental movement skills on their own, but I see many of them struggling. So what are some solutions to these challenges? Play can be incorporated into movement programs, supports physical, cognitive, social, emotional health, and both free play and organized movement experiences are needed to achieve success. So I'm going to number off the participants 1 to 4 in the group, and all the number 1s are going to get together with other number 1s and go to the number 1 poster, and then they're going to go through the 3 questions together as a group. So depending on the time constraints and the size of the group, you can either ask participants to stay at their poster or rotate through all 4. When the time is up, you're going to ask one person to be the spokesperson for that poster and present the highlights to the rest of the group. How's it going?
Hi, we have a question. What do you mean by class size? Do you mean the size of the group or the size of the center or what?
Yeah, so class size could be the physical size of the space that you have, like a classroom or a center, or it could also be the number of children that are in your class. It could be both of those.
Oh, okay. Awesome, thanks.
Thanks. Yeah.
How's it going? Okay. Is this kind of what what you're looking for. We kind of thought that our center needs more playground equipment, things like safety equipment, like helmets, knee pads, balls and bats. Are we kind of on the right track?
So for equipment, we don't really, we wanna think equipment in general, and not so much as, naming a bunch of equipment. So let's think about why equipment is important to consider for, movement environments, as
Okay.
well, what about the equipment that makes it important?
Okay, so like having enough equipment for everyone to do it, that kind of
Right,
thing?
yes.
Oh, okay.
Yep, for sure.
Or like if you're using like, I don't know, or if you're doing a game with like 3-year-olds and 5-year-olds, like different sizes of stuff.
Right, exactly.
Okay,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
Great.
write that down.
Okay, good.
great. That was a really good question.
Good, thanks.